Good morning, everyone. If there's anyone out there, and my darling Grace Isis, if you're out there, please join me. Um, I thought Terry was going to be back today. So what I did is I got up and I turned it on and I waited to see if she was on. So I didn't start the Zoom room until now, hoping she would be here. And I really don't know what is happening where she is, but whatever it is, I'm sure it's all good. And so I had told everybody else that she would be here. So I don't know. But anyway, since she's not, I thought, well, okay, we can still meet together as a family and share our love. And I don't know about where you are, but it's already hot here. Yesterday we were well over 100 and we seem to be trying to break records right and left. So I really am hoping you all are a lot cooler. Last night at Chanting, Christine was complaining it was hot in New York. And I says, well, how hot is it, hon? She says 75. And I said, that's not hot. I wish I had 75. But since Grace Isis isn't here yet either, I can't see if anyone's out there and I can't see if anyone's commenting. So I'm going to wing it. And here, oh, I think maybe she's coming. Thank goodness. There she is. There's my beautiful lady. Hi. Hi there. Good morning.
Hi.
Yay, our music is here.
Are we live?
We are live.
It's a beautiful day.
You got another beautiful dress on, I can tell.
Oh, the red one.
It's gorgeous, yeah.
And you look beautiful too.
Oh, thank you.
Suzanne is on.
Oh, baby. Good morning to a beautiful day. I was telling them, Grace Isis, that I had the understanding Terry would be back today. Was that your understanding?
I think it's tomorrow.
Oh, well, it may be that I misunderstood. So here we are. I'm totally not prepared, but I love you all, and that's all the preparation we need to have.
Yes.
So, I was asking I'm sorry, go ahead.
No.
Okay, I was asking everyone what their temperature was because right now we're already just burning up. How about you, Grace Isis? How's the temperature there?
We're well into the upper 60s. I actually don't quite know, but it's comfortable. I think it's like maybe 67 or 70. We're not yet right up there, but we're getting there.
Oh yeah. Boy, that sounds wonderful. 60, 67, yes. You know.
And we have Sally De La Rosa.
Sally.
Yes, she's wearing red, and that doesn't happen for me very often. And Suzanne says, good morning. Suzanne Millard. Nikki Sumner says, hey. Becky Lafave says, exactly, Jean. Rick Morrow, good morning, peace. Sally and Kathy Hand are watching too. So Kathy Hand is on too.
Yeah, well, I guess I'm the only one who had the misunderstanding, which I don't understand. But anyway, I'm sure she's doing something really wonderful, and I just can't wait till she comes on, tells us what it's all about. So
I think this may have been just a rest day for her to just gather herself and get herself.
It could be. After you go through a cleansing, anyone who's gone through, and of course, I never go through a 4-day cleansing, but I've gone through a cleansing, and you just feel depleted afterwards. You just feel like, whew, you also feel nice, but you also feel, whew, and you need a lot of sleep to get over it. I like Sally's remark about the red. Colors are so interesting because that's a color I don't wear very often either. But when I do, I feel spectacular. Red also makes you feel, alive and powerful and somehow beautiful. And I think that's with all colors. And I think we've noticed that in our spirituality, that colors like pink mean love, and rest and peacefulness. Blue means healing usually. And of course, gold is our Christ consciousness. So colors are really, really very interesting. And we'll stand in front of our closet every morning and say, what do I feel like today? So I love colors.
Shall we do our heart?
Talking a little bit so that maybe a few more will come on. But have any of you ever been to what Teri's doing right now, into a Native American ceremony, a tribal or something? Have you, Grace Isis?
The one that I've been to is in Kenya, because we still have we have 49 different tribes, and each one has their own indigenous or rituals, let's call it that way. And I was actually, when I was in Kenya, I wanted to participate in one, but I didn't, because we had, because of COVID, I really couldn't. But I will look in the, I did see it, and there's one where you actually go in the forest, and we do have one, a cleansing, and we use calabash, and yes, we do have one, to answer your question, but I haven't participated in it, and ours is at the foot of Mount Kenya, which is 17,000 feet above sea level. And it has ice, and we're right on the equator, snow-capped peaks, but those glaciers are melting, which is very sad. But other than that, yes, we do have rituals like those, as very similar to the Native Americans with drums.
Well, I think you have to be a certain percentage, and I'm thinking it's at least 25% of Native American blood to generally be invited to them. Now, I live in the Southwest, but I live in the Southwest Pueblo country, and they're a little bit more lenient with their tribal ceremonies, and many times they allow tourists to observe them, and they're beautiful. The dancing, everything is just so beautiful, and that's what connects them to the earth, and I think that's really important. And
Yeah.
I am a really sleepy guy. So if I'm not making any sense, I apologize.
Shall we
And
do a heart brain?
we will, yes. I
Oh,
think
okay.
maybe enough for here now. And then I do have a couple things that I would like to do. Okay.
We have
So
12.
this morning we're going to do our heart brain. And for anyone who doesn't know what it is, we are connecting our heart that is full of love and peace and goodness, because usually that's what resides in the heart, and our brain that is full of nonsense, because the world is an illusion. The world has kept us in a state of fear because fear is the opposite of love. And so, what we try to do at least a couple of times a day, and I suggest you do it on your own, is connect that heart with that brain. And Teri, the group who've done this research say that doing this will actually make you younger. And you know, I've been doing it for 2 times a day since I started doing this for Teri. I think I do feel a little bit younger. So, you know, so what you do is the best thing for me is to envision a stream of light flowing from my heart all the way to my spine, up my spine, and joining with my brain. And when it joins with my brain, all that foolish nonsense that is up there goes away. And instead, I'm thinking with my heart. And that's where we should think. Don't try to think with this brain that the world has trained in certain ways, but feel the divine in your heart and think with that heart. So the first thing we do is we put our hand on our heart, because where we put our hand, our focus will be. And then we slow our breathing. And we take a deep breath. We breathe into the count of 5. We hold it for just a minute. And then we release it. And as we release it, we release all the stress, all the worries, all the anxiety. We leave them behind. And we go into a special state. And to help us with that state, our next breath, we think of joy, of happiness, of a time that you were totally happy, or something or someone who brings you total joy. And you breathe that into your heart and your mind that are now joined together. And you find that special, safe place, a place of total peace. And you're going to rest there for about a minute. And then we're going to share our I hands. I am so content and at peace. I am so happy to have found this beautiful family. And I am love and peace. What are your I ams? Preciseness?
I am grateful. I am loved and I am loving. I am gentle compassion and I am peace.
Those are our I ams. Please share yours. Yours are always so beautiful.
Thank you.
And I get into that space and sometimes I just don't want to come out.
And we have Hope Wellington is watching as well.
Oh, hi, darling. I hope you're well. And where's that dancing son of yours? Is he there too? Okay. Well, we'll go on. You know, those of you who are not in our book club, we have been studying about gratitude. We're in a book called The Magic. And again, I read it in another place than here, so I don't have it. But it is becoming a really wonderful book to me. And basically, it's about gratitude. And I think all of us have always been grateful. And we always, when we say our meal, especially if you grew up like me, when you were little, you were trained to always, give blessings for your food. And I literally cannot eat unless
You give blessings.
I said the blessing over the food. I don't feel right about it if I don't. But this book is really, really making us understand what true gratitude is and how gratitude is so important to us. And starting every day with that gratefulness. And I just really am loving it. And gratitude brings abundance. And that sounds, for a lot of people, they think, well, that's just silly, but it's not. If you're grateful for the things that you are getting, for the things you have, the divine and the universe gives you more. They say, oh, they're grateful. And that's what they want. So they give us more. If you're one, and every one of us has had one of those people in our lives who's so negative. I mean, everything is negative. They can't go to the store. They can't go to the doctor. They can't go anywhere that something isn't negative. And if you know someone like that, you can share if you want to. You don't have to. But I had someone like that in my life. And she was my sister and I loved her dearly. But I cannot remember a time when she was a positive person. And you know what? Bad things kept happening to her. And I really, really tried to help her see that sometimes when you just live in negativity, that's what it attracts is bad things. So, we want to be positive. And I know, and I'm sure you have found too, when we found our family, things started just really picking up because we all started feeling positive again. We started feeling love. We started feeling support and understanding. And that's exactly what the show is here to do. So that when we go out and we go out to our jobs, and that's another, okay, let me finish that thought. When we go out to our jobs, we have some backing behind us, some strength, and it makes it so much more pleasant. And Grace, I says, I don't know, but when I've been working and I've done so many jobs, I wasn't just a teacher. I had to get through school. I was a clerk. I've been many different things. And I worked at 7-Eleven stores and all those places. And I've always found joy in what I was doing. You know,
Yes.
it may not have been the best work, but
Yeah.
for most part, there was something I could find that was joyful. Like at the 7-Eleven store, I got to where the people knew me and I knew them, and it was friendly, and we saw each other every day. Yes, I had to mop the floor. Yes, I had to stock. Yes, I had to constantly be pulling merchandise up. If any of you worked in a store, they call that fronting, that you bring
Mhm.
everything to the front. But the people made it worthwhile. And that's the way it's been with everything. You know, when I was a teacher, they ask you to do so many things you cannot imagine. Poor teachers. If you're not a teacher, don't know a teacher, think again and give some prayers for the teachers because they have to do so many things, especially now. They're
Yes.
required to do so many things. And then a lot of times they base the rewards on testing, you know, or
Mhm.
something like that, which I think is, it's valid to evaluate someone's job, but to evaluate their work on the performance of someone else
Uh,
is just kind of really heartbreaking. It actually is, you know. So pray for the teachers, but the kids made it all worthwhile,
yes.
you know.
Jean, we have some I ams.
Oh, wonderful.
Yes, sorry. We have Nikki Samna says, I am supported, I am grateful and abundant. I am happy, healthy, wealthy, and wise. I am peace. Love to all. And have we have Stacy on EWN Enlightened. She says, have a beautiful day. Julie Kiss, you're making me cry, Jean. You're so right. And we have good morning again from Stacy and Julie Kiss. I was a teacher, and
Oh, wonderful.
Mhm. And we have some special prayers from Pachetta. She's on. Yes, she says.
Sweetheart, I know you and Pachir were ill. You had this migraine. I hope you're well now. Please tell us you're well.
Yes, she just says the prayers. She says special prayers for my dearest beautiful fairy Teri man. Prayers of love and gratitude. Gratitude prayers for Jean, ma'am.
Aw.
Special prayers for my dearest brothers, Pachir and Neil. Take care, both of you. Special prayers for my dearest beautiful family here. Let's rock it, love and light. And Stacy says, I love teachers.
Oh, wonderful. You know, I think people are starting to really appreciate them, and because they really do have a hard job. And during this, it's been almost impossible for some of them. It's just so hard. And then they judge them on the test. The
Yes.
kids have been home and they don't pay attention. Some of them don't even log on. Some of them, they'll go on for a few minutes and then my daughter's still teaching. And she says, where did you go? They go away. And the mother comes on. And I know this sounds kind of foolish to us, but she'll say, I've got to go into different, she teaches in Fagans, and she'll come and say, I've got to go into El Paso, so he'll see you tomorrow. Bye. And she takes the kid. And it's school time. It's really school time. And she couldn't do that in school. She couldn't just come and pull him out of school to go to El Paso, you know. But so it's been really hard on them. So we pray for them. We will pray for them.
Julie
Yeah.
Kiss is asking, how is Teri doing? Where is Teri now?
You know that we don't know. She's still in South Dakota, that we know. And she's still at this tribal council. But even yesterday in chanting, Karen Palmer is probably her best friend. or one, at least one of her best friends. And she has had no contact. Believe me, she's tried. I haven't tried because I know that she would. I knew that she couldn't contact the outside world, so I was trying to respect that. But I know Karen worries about her so much that she's tried phoning her, she's tried messaging her, she's tried everything, and no, nothing, no response. And yesterday, when I said she's going to be back tomorrow, she just laughed at me because she says, you know, they don't even allow computers or cameras or anything into the tribal council because they don't want people taking pictures. And so she says, I don't think she's going to be back tomorrow. So that's why me and Gracie got up and we said, we'll wait a few minutes and we'll see if, if she comes on. If not, we'll open the room so we can all meet. But what you said about abundant, what's one of, I can't remember now, who said that they have abundance. That is one thing this book has done for me, I think, too, besides the importance of gratitude. She has you write down every day 10 things that make you grateful. And like yesterday, I was teasing him last night. I wrote down that I'm grateful for the garbage man.
Yeah.
He came yesterday and we make a lot of garbage and it piles up. And I used to have 4 kids. You should have seen the garbage we made then. And I was always so happy for him to come and remove all of that. And, we don't think about them, but they're good people. And they're helping us. They're keeping us healthy. Removing all that garbage removes disease, removes the chance of pests coming who carry disease. So I have been realizing how abundant I am. Instead of focusing on what I don't have, I have a real tiny kitchen. I mean, it's really tiny. It's a corridor. It's a hallway. And it's what they call a galley kitchen. They were popular about 100 years ago, I guess, to have a galley kitchen. And my husband and I, we just bump into each other in that kitchen. And a lot of times it's just him passing one way while I'm trying to cook, or me passing another way when he's trying to cook. By the way, he's a very good cook. And I'm always saying, oh, I need a bigger kitchen. I want a bigger kitchen. But doing these, what I'm grateful for, I realize I have no reason to complain. And I am abundant. And so you stop focusing on all the things that you want to have and start focusing on the beauty of the things that you do have. So, Grace, yes, more comments?
Oh, no, I don't see any other comments. But I was going to read something from.
Oh, wonderful. That'd be great.
I have Esther and Jerry Hicks. I have their cards. And it's on relationships. And I just want to.
Oh, beautiful.
Well, I just want to read. I'm just going to read one that popped out. I just picked it up.
Wonderful, good.
That's what it says.
Oh, how different.
Yes.
I love that. It just goes along with what we were saying. Go ahead.
And it says, feeling negative emotions means I am launching requests. Because I do feel that sometimes we try and get away from the negative, which is good. But I do have insight, and I am one who says the negative is how we're feeling. And the negative is the way something is coming at us because it's projected from somewhere else. And it's not what we had anticipated. But I feel that this card is telling us that even in that negative, there is positive. everything has a reason and a rhyme, I guess. So it says, as more people observe hardship and strike a tense, resistant pose, and therefore disallow their own well-being, others use them as their reason to do the same. So what says, and in a very short time, a very negative pattern of resistance can sweep through your population, wherever you are. We're seeing that with COVID, right? The good news in this scenario is that in every moment that every person is feeling negative emotion about the economic state, vibrational requests for more abundance are launched. And those requests are heard clearly and responded to immediately by source. So I think that's, yes, it doesn't feel good within us, but then we launch and say, I don't like that. I don't. So therefore, we're launching the request for the positive. And I think I like that. And those ones, because they're so succinct, they're so clear. So they're saying they're direct. They're like, I don't want that feeling. I don't want that word. And so then it's identifying what is causing that negativeness. And then you can change it and you're given the change. So it's a prayer. Negative responses, negativeness causes us to go into prayer and remembering. And so we reach out. Some of us may do our heart mind coherence, or we may evoke an angel. So thank you. I just wanted to put that in there. Thanks.
Thank you for pointing that out, and you're quite right. And like I said yesterday, the universe and the divine, they're looking to give us what we want. And when we have that negative feeling and we're praying not to have the positive, then they'll give us that, So what you don't want to do is dwell in that negativity and not ask for the help. Like I said, the angels have a protocol and they need to be asked. They want to be asked. If any of you have read the angel codes, we were reading it in our books club. And when you first start reading it, it's going to be difficult to understand in many places. But one of the messages, the angels, they're actually downloads from the angel that Anaya has put in a book. And one of the messages that they gave us over and over again was ask for help, because we don't interfere with your free choice unless you ask us, because that's the protocol. And that's an interesting book to read if you want to. But the power of the cards. I know this is it's kind of off the track, but you had to read that one because it came to you that was we needed to hear that. Every morning that I have come and I get myself ready for you, because I know you're going to have a Kuan Yin card, and I put my things down. I have been seeing this card. This is the card of Kuan Yin with her many arms. You see that? And it's just every morning I've shuffled them around. I've done this, moved this, and this is the one that keeps showing up. And this morning I said, she wants me to read this. I don't know, but she wants me to read this. But I think it was meant for me and you, Grace. I really do, but I want to share what it says so everyone knows how the magic of the spirit works. It says the goddess Kuan Yin brings blessings to multiple projects and many different parts of your life and consciousness, beloved. She is not limited to one task at a time. Do not be afraid to surrender into her guiding wisdom and creative genius now, for there is much that you can accomplish together, and she wants to assist you. We often, and basically, I'm going to summarize it because it's pretty long. We often think we've got too many things going at one time. And that's exactly the way I feel kind of now. You know, we have too many projects and we can't pay attention fully to the one. And we think we have to give up everything so that we can concentrate on one. But what Kuan Yin is telling us is that no, yes, we can focus on one project at a time if we want, but we can always handle multiple projects and just step back every now and then and take a rest if we need to, you know, and then we'll go back to it renewed. The guidance from Goddess Kuan Yin is to release your worries and intentions to her and then let her guide you. And so I really do think it was meant because I've been feeling, oh goodness, I got to do this and I got to do. People don't know what goes on behind the scenes these programs, but you know, it's been really beautiful. I just dance around all day. I really do. After I get off the morning show, I just feel just like I could dance or just run a mile or do something wonderful because I'm full of energy and spirit. Okay, did you pick the Kuan Yin card?
Yes, I did. But I would just like to say we have Jasmine on. And she says, hello, beautiful souls. Thank you for sharing. Let us all put forth the vibrational intent for good health and happiness. Ask and you shall be given.
Exactly right. Oh, beautiful.
Yeah, I got this card today, the Kuan Yin.
Oh, beautiful. What is the name of it so I can look it up?
And this one is the Lotus Throne.
Lotus Throne.
Yeah, I think we've had it before. Sounds very familiar.
Or
maybe it was
I
the nectar.
recognize it, but sure is beautiful. Lotus Throne. Huh.
So, shall I?
Absolutely. I'm trying to find it, but I'm not having much luck.
It takes courage to trust your inner light, to ascend the throne of your own inner spiritual authority, especially if the light of others around you seems more powerful than your own at times, and it does. You're being asked to trust the light within above all. So above all, trust the light within. Have faith in your own heart. Know that the divine dwells within, is with you always.
Beautiful. How many times have I, and maybe you, have felt, oh, everybody is so much more spiritual than me. Everybody has so many more gifts than I have. You know, I'm going to be honest. I'm always honest. There have been times when I thought, I just even shouldn't be with these people. They're so wonderful. And I just don't come up to steam, you know, so to speak. I'm just not spiritual enough. I'm not good enough. And I think we've all had those doubts. And what Kuan Yin is telling us, no, be confident in the light that you have inside of you, the spirit that you have inside of you. And don't feel that way. Don't feel that, you know, we all, every single one of us is important. Every single one of us has a gift. We might not be aware of what our gift is. Maybe your smile just brightens everybody and they smile back. Maybe your word of kindness is just what a person needed so he doesn't go home and kill himself. Really, that has happened. So don't feel that way. It took me a while to learn that and to be grateful for what I have in the spirit within. And we're all connected. We're all part of that same glorious light. And I don't know. It's the thoughts that we've been raised with and the fears that we've lived with for so long that keeps us feeling those things, that there's some kind of hierarchy. And I'm going to tell you something shocking, maybe. The angels aren't higher than us. They're just different than us.
Mhm.
God created them as a different entity, as a different creation to help us. And we think of them all the time as being higher than us. Not really. They're not higher. They're in a realm that we can't cross into. But we're just as important to the divine as they are. And if you think about it, he made them to help us. So when we're smelling that rose and we're tasting that wonderful food that Grace Isis made, and we have those senses that the angels don't possess. They're pure love. They know love, but they don't have a sense of smell. They don't know what it feels like to walk on the grass and feel the coolness under their feet. So they would not want to be worshiped. They would not want us to feel that they're more important. So, look at them as part of our family because that's what they are. They're part of our family. We call them our angelic family, but they're part of our family. And they're there for us, just like we're here for all of us too. And I've been talking so much, the time has gone by. So if you have prayer requests, please put them in because I'm going to close with prayer. And I've been wanting to do this for 3 days. So we won't do it today, of course, but I want you to think about it. If I'm here another day, I want us to talk about spirit animals. And I want you all to start thinking, dreaming, asking, meditating, and see if you get a spirit animal. And let's see what that means. See if it helps you. Grace Isis was the elephant. And when I pulled the elephant card, because I had just seen it, it was exactly like her. It was exactly like her. It was all of her qualities. So it might be an interesting thing to do. But
I have some comments, Jean. Sorry.
okay.
Nikki Sumner says, "Thank you, Grace. I resonate with that card from Kuan Yin, the Lotus Throne. She needed to hear that." And Jasmine says, wish one could decondition ourselves and taste freedom. And then we have some prayers.
Wonderful.
We have, let's see. We have Julie. Are you ready?
Mhm.
Okay. So, Suzanne Millard says her spirit animal is the owl. So we'll have to read that and tell her about it next time.
Okay. Very important animal.
Right. And Julie Kiss says prayers for wonderful weekend as we will be celebrating my youngest daughter's wedding.
Oh, Julie, how wonderful.
And Pachia and Pachetta, I know Pachir had, yeah, Pachetta had special prayers for her dearest, beautiful fairy Teri ma'am. Prayer of love and gratitude. Gratitude prayers for Jean ma'am. Special prayers for my dearest brother. My dearest brothers, Pachir and Neil. Take care, both of you. Special prayers for my dearest, beautiful family here. And let's see, I think those are the first two that we have. I'm sure there are more. And
it's like Marietta said the other day. Sometimes we have the prayer in our heart, but we don't want to say it out loud for some reason. But it doesn't matter because the divine hears that too.
That's right.
So we're not gonna worry about that. But am I understanding that Pachir and Pachetta have another brother named Neil?
Yes, I think he's the one who is, there's one who's a soldier who dedicated his life to service in the Indian Army. Yes, so I think that is Neil, but I'm
not
so
familiar with him, but that's wonderful. I wonder how many are in that family. That's such a beautiful family. You know that her mother and her father must have been so special because they are so full of love and kindness, you know. Okay, then. And Susan, congratulations, not Susan, Julie, congratulations on your daughter's wedding. How beautiful. What a beautiful time.
And Nikki Sumner says, prayers for peace for all.
Oh, wonderful. Okay, then let's go ahead and do that so we have time for our love feast. Dear Divine Father, you who have given us everything, we thank you. We have so much gratitude for every day of life that you've given us, and you have given us eternity. We thank you for our angels. We thank you for our Mother Earth, who is so beautiful. And help us that we stop hurting her. We are becoming more and more aware of her, and we will take care of her. We have a few prayer requests. We have Julie wanting a wonderful, wonderful experience for her daughter's wedding. A wedding is a sacred event. It matches two people together so they can be one to serve you. We ask for good health and love for our Indian family, all of those in India, but especially for Pachetta, for Pachir, and for their brother Neil. And I hope that they are well. We ask that there be peace on all the earth. We are always remembering Susan and her family, Kathy and her family. We are always asking for prayers for those who are suffering. And we asking for prayers and protection for our mother, Teri. And we're hoping that she'll be back with us soon because we miss her and love her so very much. I would like to ask, well, and so have some of the family, for help for me and for Grace Isis, that we help the family stay together and hold this space for Teri. And how can I ever thank you for the family you've given us? This family is what a family should be. The love, the caring, the strength that goes out from it every day is seeping into the world. And we are seeing more kindness, more love everywhere we look. So thank you for that ability to shine our light. And, you know, we don't do this often, but for some reason, I guess because I'm the I sorry girl, I always have to say, if I fall short, please set me straight on my path. And please forgive me for those oversights. And bless the whole family. Give us abundance, riches, love mostly, and always, always peace. Thank you, and amen.
Thank you, Jean.
Now we can't forget. Oh, go ahead. You have a comment?
Yes, we have a few comments. Marietta says, love is real. All that is, I am. Hallelujah. And we also have Tony De La Rosa.
Oh, Tony, beautiful Tony.
She says, Grace, Isis, you are also amazing. Thank you. Julie Kiss, God bless all. Thank you all. And Susanna says, thank you, Jean and Grace Isis. I appreciate you both. You did wonderful this week. Thank you.
Well, let's hope our Teri's back tomorrow. But until she is, let's make our big circle of love. We're holding hands. We're loving each other. That love is just filling the whole world. And we're going to turn to the person on our left and tell them, thank you, I love you. And that love is going to go all the way around our circle and come back to our hearts. So, Grace, you want to count us?
3, 2, 1. Thank you.
Thank you.
I love you.
And I love you all so much.
Namaste.
Namaste, you all.
Namaste.
And let me just say thank you to our family. I don't know how Grace I would have done this without you. We love you.
And thank you, Jean.
Thank you, Grace.
Thank you for all of those who came on. Happy Father's Day to all the fathers.
And Teri, if you're out there somewhere and you're hearing me, get back here. I know you're doing something for us, and I know it's going to be beautiful. But we miss you, and nobody can do what you do. So hopefully you'll be back tomorrow. And I was just reminded to tell you that love is peace. So goodbye, everybody.
Bye.
Love.